And first off, just super excited to have another opportunity to play another football game versus a really quality opponent. Really good players, really good coaching staff, someone that we know well and intertwined with, throughout the last couple of years, and just have so much respect for those guys and who they are, and it's going to be a really good game, and we get to stay in Texas, another opportunity to stay in Texas and play in-state opponents, always really fun, and a lot on the line when it comes to that with recruiting and all that. So really excited about that opportunity, and because I know they're leading up to the announcement there, where are we going? Are we going to New Mexico? We're going. Obviously, I was hoping to stay in Texas and do that. So we're really all excited about that. But with that, open up for questions.
Coach, how different is this team? The past was like Ish going in the transfer portal, Cole going in the transfer portal. Some of the key starters. How's this team going to look like going into the first Responder Bowl?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. It is. It's man. You look at it. We do have quite a bit out. Practice today was a little different and difficult because it's not just the starters like Ish and Cole and some of those guys, Josh Eaton, but you got some of the depth pieces, right? A lot of your walk-ons and a lot of guys that are looking for maybe to get on scholarship somewhere or to just play somewhere. And so I think we're down quite a few bodies. So we had some coaches out there doing some scout team stuff, and then we just did a little bit more good on good. But that's part of it. Everyone's dealing with it across the country. You just got to make the most of it. The way the calendar is right now and the way that everything's set up, it's just is what it is. And that's kind of always the way I've looked at it is, unless they let me change it, I just do what they tell me to do.
Now, I know North Texas, they're kind of in the same situation. They've lost quite a bit of starters. Do you feel like where the transfer portal is, do you think it needs to be moved, or what's your overall thoughts about where the transfer portal is right now?
Like I said, I just do. If they tell me it's these dates, then that's what I do. If it's later, then I'll do it that. If they want to do whatever, I just do what they tell me to do.
Looking at this North Texas team, just what are you going to be expected from the Mean Green, both on offense and defense?
Yeah, I think, like you said, they've had a couple of guys into the portal, mostly on offense, and really, I think just three guys with the center, Chandler and the receiver and tight end Oscar. So that they've had some hits too. Defensively, haven't seen too many of those guys, so I know they'll be ready to go and on defense and new coordinator for the last couple of weeks of the season, and somebody, Coach Odom, someone I got a lot of respect for, and he's done a really good job with those guys the last couple of weeks, and so I'm sure they're kind of in some similar situations as we are. I think probably more questions on offense, what are they going to come out and do, but this is what I'll say about that. Coach Eric Morris over there is one of the best, if not the best, offensive minds in the country, and he's going to have those guys ready to go. So that's the last thing we're going to do is overlook North Texas offense. You just look at, it doesn't matter who's back there playing quarterback. You go look at Copeland, Cam Ward at Washington State, Chandler Rogers, Chandler Morris. I mean, the guy's going to put up numbers, whoever's back there. So he's unbelievable in what he does, and great coach, and ton of respect for him. He recruited my brother at Texas Tech, and so got to meet him there, and just a really good coach. So last thing we're going to do is sleep on that offense and kind of what they're about and what they do. They still got plenty of playmakers. They got the Coleman kid, a receiver. They got Landon Sides that we had committed to us in Incarnate Word. They got the Conrad. I mean, they got all kinds of receivers and running backs and offensive linemen, and so they're going to be ready to go.
Coach, you touched on it a little bit already, but another in-state opponent, what does that do for recruiting and also taking back Texas?
Yeah, I think just kind of like last year, that momentum that you felt after, you're able to win that one versus Rice and playing an in-state opponent and beating Baylor last year and beating UTSA this year, it just, creates some momentum, especially going into the offseason and recruiting, and this will be a big one for us, for all that, the momentum, the recruiting, it's just a big deal. So, we got to come out there and be prepared. These bowl games are only fun when you win them, like all the events and all that, it is what it is. But when you win the bowl games, it's fun. When you lose, it's not a lot of fun.
How much does that experience help after last season, Coach? You know, being there, you guys know what to do, what to expect, the stadium and everything. How much does that help
Yeah.
you guys?
I hope it helps us. You know, we were there a year ago, and I think it's going to be a packed house. I know we're going to travel well. You know, with North Texas being right there, they're going to travel well. So I'm sure it'll be a packed house, and that's going to be really exciting. You know, last year we practiced at SMU. This year we'll be at Highland Park, and I think North Texas will be at SMU. So that part will be a little different. You know, juggling that and the weather and so forth. So I'm anxious to kind of see what that looks like. But besides that, you know, I think, you know, we'll be prepared as far as being in that stadium and kind of what it feels like.
And being prepared, you know, offensively, Coach Leftwich gone, you
Yeah.
know, to Texas Tech. How nice is it for him to get that? And
Yeah.
and now for you guys, you know, who calls the plays? And
Yeah.
are you doing that now, or who's?
Yeah, I'll start with Coach Leftwich. Man, I'm not much in I'm not much into like tweeting out stuff about people and all that. Coach Leftwich knows how I feel about him. One of my best friends, and ton of respect for him and everything we've accomplished and built together the last couple of years. I think he's very similar to Coach Morris, man. I think he's one of the best offensive minds in all of college football, and you know, he had opportunities to leave last year. Some of the same opportunities that popped up this year for him popped up for him last year, and you know, we were able to hold on to him a year ago, and just appreciate him for that, and coming back, and you know, he's just such a special coach and a special person, and you know, one of my best friends. To be honest with you, it's kind of like you know, when you break up with a girl or something, like, you know, the first couple of days you're still like texting her and like, hey, how did we do this, or you know, what do you think about this recruit? And I'm calling when I'm driving home, because Coach Loveler is someone that for the past 3 years I've talked to probably every day. Like, there hasn't been one day, Christmas, whatever, that we haven't talked on the phone, just because you got recruiting and you got game plan and just everything, life and all that. And so he's kind of been that person for me for the past 3 years. So that's been the hardest part for me, is like, not necessarily the football and all that. Obviously we're going to miss him when it comes to that, but just the friendship and all that. So, man, I know he's going to kill it out there. And I was really excited to see him go with Coach McGuire, you know, someone that I'm really close with, and shoot, me and Coach McGuire were texting, and I was helping him recruit, like we were recruiting somebody. So Coach McGuire is awesome, and Juice over there at Texas Tech, man, they got it going on, and just a real solid coaching staff. And I think it'll be comfortable for him going from our staff to that staff. I think there's a lot of similarities when it comes to that. So, man, just super happy for him and his family, and so obviously he'll be very missed. And then for us moving forward with the bowl game, it'll be a group effort, and we've already started that process. And it's just so hard right now. You're recruiting your own kids, you're recruiting other kids, and for us, since we're in a bowl, we're getting ready for the bowl game, and we got kids on campus, and with unlimited visits, it just makes it even tougher. And because we'll lose a little bit in January because of the bowl game as far as opportunities for guys to come in. So it's been, I mean, I think I had 2 dinners yesterday, 2 dinners today, you know, a couple lunches mixed in between, and breakfasts, and so it's just, you know, we're full steam ahead, and it's a lot right now, you know. So but that's good. That's what it's about, and but we're excited. But yeah, to answer your question, it'll be a group effort for the bowl game.
You know, with Eric Morris being on the other side, a lot of UIW connections with this game, especially with what y'all built over that program. And I know Coach Keeler tweeted about something, moving the game over at any time at work to make it the UIW Bowl. But what does it mean to be facing him on the other sideline?
Man, I think it's fun. You know, it's somebody that, like I said, he recruited my brother to Texas Tech, and we got to know each other. Obviously, I knew about him as a player at Texas Tech, and he's a legend over there. And I remember going to that basketball game with him when he was recruiting my brother, and every person that passed him, you know, wanted to talk to him, and just someone I got a ton of respect for, and you know, the way he evaluates, the way he recruits, and you know, the program that he's able to build, and at Cardinal Word and North Texas, man, he's just a tremendous coach and a tremendous person, and someone that we all have a ton of respect for, and so yeah, it'll be a lot of respect on each side. I had imagined for each other, and but obviously when you step on that field, it's, you know, you're trying to beat each other.
How much did you take from the regular season, or have you had time to go back and look at just the regular season and what you guys did and what you guys had done?
No, I haven't. Just because literally, you know, as soon as you get done, coaching staffs and you're recruiting your own players and you got, you know, bowl game announcements and portal and all that. And so not a ton of time to kind of go back and evaluate, but, you know, throughout the season you do that. So I got a pretty good idea of the things that we need to get better at moving forward.
You know, what does it mean, you know, your second year here, you know, a team that hadn't gone to a bowl, sniffed a bowl game in the past 7 years, now y'all are back-to-back bowl game appearances, you're 1 win away from another 8-win season. What can you say about, you know, being able to kind of deliver this winning consistency that hasn't been seen in a very long time?
Yeah, I think, man, it's been awesome. It really has. It's been a ton of fun, and we've had some really good players, really good coaches last 2 years. But what I'd say about that is the price of winning is going up. And if we want to continue to win, if we want to sniff 6 wins next year, if we want to sniff a conference championship, we need a lot more support than we're getting right now. You know, there's just, it is what it is. You've seen what we've lost in the portal, and if we want to get anybody good in the portal, we're going to need a lot more money. And that's just plain and simple. Now, we go out there and we'll evaluate with the best of them, and we'll get some hidden gems like we've always have. But that's the name of the game right now. People don't care about scheme. They don't care about university. They don't care about relationships. It's all about the money right now. So that's what I'd say about that.
Anything else?
Good.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Oh, one thing, can you put it back on there? I didn't get to say, man, Coach Killo, I know you asked about Killo and all that, man, just congrats on his game and, you know, the season that he's had, and, man, just another one of those tremendous coaches and somebody that I have a ton of respect for, and it was fun getting to see UIW on the national stage again, man. That's fun. That's a great place over there with really good coaches and really good players, so congrats to him on a great season.
Cool.